Any possibility I'm going to cut my hair shorter? No, not for a while. I cut it so short when I a year and a half ago. You know, I cut it to here, and I liked it, but my face is so long. I don't have, like, I was just talking to some friends about this. Look at all that baby grow back. This is the side that it's a little bit more disciplined on too. But that I can't tell what face shape I have because it kind of looks oval. Wow, it's hard to turn towards the camera. That's weird. The camera's right here. So I should, weird. Okay, my face is kind of oval, but my face is kind of pointed. It's kind of triangular. It's not squished enough to be heart-shaped, but I think it just looks better with longer hair, I think. All right, we've got a good 300 or so, 350 almost people watching, so I want to jump into some of the stuff that I'm going to say. I'm going to start with the question from last week that I said I would answer, which was Katie Montague asked, what is a dream of mine that I have left to achieve? I want to hear what you guys, what's a big dream that you guys have left to achieve? Ryan and the kids are outside with the dog, and she's barking a lot. I hope he notices because I don't like her doing that for the neighbors. You better get her. I'm going to send him a thing. Sorry, you're going to have to watch me send him a text. Okay, hopefully he gets her. Tell me the dreams that you guys have yet to achieve. Like, what is your next attainable dream? What's the next thing that you want to do with your life? If you were able to do something for yourself. Oh my gosh, I want a homestead so bad too, Daisy. That's, if I could, you guys know that dream of mine. I'll talk about one that I haven't done. But if I could, I want to go live 20 minutes away from anything but trees. I mean, I can have neighbors on either side, but I want to like have a little trek to walk to get to the neighbors. I'd like most of my neighbors to be trees, and I'd like to own goats and pigs and rabbits and chickens, just a small little hobby farm. We'd have, we'd milk the goats and we'd get eggs from the chickens, but the rest would just be fun. The rabbit would be, you got Lulu? Yeah. Thanks. The rabbit would be like for fertilizer and stuff, and the pig I think would just be for fun. But then we'd have neighbors in my dream. We'd have neighbors that would, why is somebody crying so much? I don't know. That would have horses, and then my kids would earn time to ride their horses by taking care of them. They would go in and, like, you know, schlep out the stalls and stuff like that. That's a dream, but that's not the one that I was going to bring up. Ooh, Delaney, which I love that name. I call her Sadie Delaney. Delaney says that she wants to learn to speak Spanish and travel abroad. I took 4 years of German in high school, and I took a year and a half of Spanish in middle school, and I remember way more Spanish than I do German, even though I went to Germany twice. I went to Germany for a month twice, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. Okay, so my dream, which I think you guys could probably guess, if you were going to guess a dream of mine, like a little self-achieving dream that could also be a job, what would you guess that it would be? I bet you're right. I'm going to look real, like, classic with this. Please do a Costco haul soon. I have sort of a list of videos I need to get through with other people who've requested stuff, but one of them is the Costco haul, and I'm going to do the Shop With Me Costco, so I can show you the inside of the building, since I know, like, people in the UK, do you guys have Costcos? I don't think you do. Right is multitasking. Always. That's what Kim says. Maggie is looking forward to a scholarship. Oh my goodness. Blue Tack Elephant. What's your actual name? Finishing medical school. In Germany, I went to Munich, and I had a very exciting, I look back at my lesson times and I was like, I did that? So I had a high school boyfriend my whole time. Oh, there it is. Indie Girl got it. And then I'll go back to my high school boyfriend my whole time, which wasn't a sentence that made sense. Indie Girl said, a children's author. I would love to write children's books. I tell stories to my kids often that I'm like, I could have just written that out. Why don't I write it down? The other day I was at my son's, I guess. It was Luca's. Luca and Scarlett both go to this like acrobatic school. for an extracurricular thing. It was just less expensive than gymnastics was and just as much fun. And Luca's best friend Joshua had a little notebook and he was drawing little scribbles in it, and then he would like turn the page really fast. So I was making up a story for every scribble as he was turning the pages. And at the end, his mom's like, "Can you write that down on every page? I want to keep it forever." And I just wish I would actually write some of these down, because I make up stories all the time. I have one about Sadie being a queen of her own world, and it's really fun and the kids love it. They ask me to do it every day. So I'm like, how can I spin that into an actual children's story? Okay, so yes, one of my old videos, I talked about my, oh, somebody just did a super chat. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. I'm going to have a lovely day today. Thanks. I hope you have one too. I'm really planning on it. I'm counting on a lovely day happening in my future. Okay, really quickly, so the Germany thing. I had the same boyfriend all through high school from when I was 14 until 17. And we got back together until I was like 19. So it was a long relationship, practically a marriage. It felt very much like Winnie Cooper and the Wonder Years. Shh. Oh, I forgot. I told Louise I would be going live. I forgot to message her. That's okay. She gets notifications. Maybe she'll pop in, or she'll be here next week. So anyways, I was with the same boyfriend for a long time, and then near the end of school, he and I did that whole, like, we're going to be going off to college and probably should spread our wings and see who we are as individuals, and decided to, like, be single for a while. It was very ridiculous. I think we both, like, sobbed. We probably walked away from each other in slow motion, like, oh, goodbye. And then, like, 2 weeks later, we're like, no, let's just be back together again. We're still friends on Facebook, by the way. I'm still friends with his whole family. I've gone to all of his like cousins and his sister and everybody's weddings and baby showers and all that stuff. So anyways, we were together for 4 years, and then there was a foreign exchange student at our school who he took an interest in me. And his family called my family and said, we have never heard our son be like this about a girl before, and asked if I wanted to come visit his family in Germany. So we weren't like together or anything, but I was just single, and my mom, being the wildflower, my mom was a wild child, she was like, Marie, if you ever have the opportunity to travel, do it. Go, baby, go. So at 17 years old, I flew to Germany by myself with a one-way ticket and just got to come home whenever I felt like it. And then I did it again the following year because he and I stayed friends, so I went to like Oktoberfest and stuff like that. My new diet. So I'm not officially doing like Whole30, I'm not officially doing keto, but I've learned about all of those. And I think because I'm not officially like diving in head first to any of those, I'm staying on it 100%, but I'm losing weight slowly. I think lately people have been telling me they notice that I've lost it, but if you guys notice, I look really thin right here and right here, but then the rest of me's not. Like I'm not. I'm all kinds of like bigger. And then also, if you notice in the like my chin is deceptive. In the video of my Sadie update, I look like I gained like 30 pounds when I'm just sitting and holding Luca and Scarlett talking to them, because I'm sitting sideways, and so like all of this extra comes out to play. But that being said, I lost 7 pounds, which I think was water weight at the beginning because it fell off really fast from letting go of carbs and sugar. That all I'm doing is no sugar, low carb, and I'm not really cutting back on fat. I'm not trying to do low fat things. And because of that, I am like steadily losing weight, but I'm also not able to figure out how to exercise regularly yet. I want to do that more. The first 2 weeks I was pretty good at it, and since then I've just let everything else get caught up in my day and it falls off. It's not even that I'm like too tired. I just run out of time with all the other things that I'm doing. So anyways, that being said, I think I've lost like a total of almost 10 pounds, which is great, but I think it's 3 actual pounds, and the rest of it was just water and inflammation that I was holding on to from all the carbs. That being said, I drink a whole lot of water now. Okay, so here's what I wanted to talk about in this live. I actually was planning on making a regularly slated YouTube video for this and going into it a little bit more in depth, but I've had okay return on people watching lives in the replay, so I thought I'll just discuss it with the people who actually make time for me there. I think the people who make time to show up to a live event, and then even more so, the people who make time to replay it later when they're like commenting in on something that's not going on right in that moment. Like, I appreciate that so much. I think about it often, about people who choose to come to the live in the replay and take the time to comment. I feel like you guys are really my core people. You're really the cuppa, and that's why I want to talk to you for this. So I have been growing slowly and steadily along YouTube, and I've never ever been concerned about that. In fact, I've actually been concerned about it a little bit because it's a lot of eyes on you sometimes. But lately, YouTube has been unsubscribing people a lot, which they do to a lot of YouTubers, and I don't think it's ever been confirmed that that happens with YouTube. They definitely talk about how they dump old inactive accounts or, you know, spam accounts and things like that. But something is going on with mine where I lost 2,000 subscribers very, very fast. And since that first dip happened, now each time I upload a video, every single time I upload a video, it dips by the hundreds, like the second. So at first I was like, okay, that's inactive accounts. But now I'm getting a lot of people coming to me and going, why haven't you been regular on YouTube, and what's going on with you? And I'm like, I am here once a week. I try and be here on Mondays. If it falls over into Tuesday, sometimes that happens because I'm still not very good at it yet, but I'm always here. Since the turn of the century, since the turn of the new year, since before that, I have been here every single week with a video, and sometimes I've been here with a second video as well. So the fact that, okay, I need a moderator. Hold on. I gotta be my own moderator for a second. We'll just do it that way. Okay, I don't really know the best way for blocking people, because when it says, it says report or put this person in a timeout, it doesn't really give me a very, like, easy one. You guys tell me which one's the best one to do. Okay, so since I'm losing subscribers so much, even though it's hard for me to want to continue to put up videos when I know that pushing publish is going to make my numbers drop by the hundreds. And I have friends with a lot of other YouTubers, and some of them have gigantic channels, some of them have about half my size, and all of them are continuing to steady grow. Nobody else is experiencing this, and I don't know what to do about it. The only thing that I've been told by YouTube management that I've spoken to is that that will not happen. People will not accidentally get unsubscribed from my channel if they have notifications on, which is why I've started to say make sure you turn notifications on in the beginning of the video. I wish that I knew what to do. Like, I wish if there was a way that I could fix it, if they could tell me something I would do, I would. But yes, I've contacted YouTube about it. They look at my algorithm and just say that they think it's weird, but they don't know what's happening, and everything looks okay on their end. I don't know. So it's frustrating because in the community world, I want to be able to reach the people who are trying to watch my videos. I want them to be there and be able to see me. It's also when it already takes a lot out of me to come on and put up a video, even this one. As soon as I'm done publishing it, I will have dropped down hundreds of more people. It's just disheartening. And as other YouTubers around me who, you know, like, people keep, like, in their bullet journals, people keep, like, YouTube milestones and show their growth. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to do that because it's so messed up. I'd be backtracking. So I was at 112,000 something, which is amazing. If you guys look now, I'm down at 110, and that was just months ago. That was 112. So I don't know what to do. And all I could think of to do is to ask you guys for any input that you have. So I really don't know. If you guys have YouTuber, or if you have friends who watch YouTube that you either think might be subscribed to my channel or would like my channel, if you could pass it on, that's all I can think to ask you for. Because it is, I don't know. I was talking to Jeannie, who I think is here, and I was like, maybe I say this all the time, but I'm like, maybe I'm just not supposed to do YouTube. I keep hitting these weird random hurdles. And it makes me pour a lot out. I feel pretty exhausted afterwards, and to lose that many people each time, it's like, ugh. But she talked me out of that real quick. Everybody always does. Every time I bring it up, somebody talks me out of it really quickly. It's just disheartening. Okay, so now, that was the one thing I really want to talk about because it's been weighing on me a lot. Like, it's hard for me to push publish and then watch that happen. So, oh, somebody just said YouTube unsubscribed them, and then it said show or hide for me, but the comment went by so fast that I couldn't push the button for that. Indie girl, thank you so much. I still, you know, with the super chats, I think it's so cool to pop up. I don't exactly know where that money goes. I don't have it like attached to my PayPal or anything. I'm not sure. I will not quit YouTube. At least not right in this moment. I'm not going to, but it's just disheartening. And every time something like that happens, like think about it. You put like the 80s video. I edited that for over 15 hours. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm just not a fast editor. And then you push publish and you watch all your people just disappear. It sucks. I will talk about why I left Awestruck in its own separate video. I talked about it a little bit in the last live, so I don't really want to repeat that, but I will make its own video because I know a lot of people want to know that. Yeah, they've gone down by 2,000 subscribers. Okay, we don't need to talk about that anymore. Let's talk about other things. I don't want to make this go too dark this time. The last 2 times we've ended it up with me crying and talking about the death of my mother. And while I think it's a very important topic, I don't think we should do it every single week. So there's a lot of other things we can talk about, and we do not have much time left, guys. We have a total of, where's my stopwatch? 12 minutes left. What lip color am I wearing? Christy, actually, from Raw Beauty Christy, gave this to me. It's a MAC color. I wish I knew the name of it. I will write it in the description box after we're done with this. Have I thought about having a mommy makeover? Yes, I really want to do it. In fact, I was hoping that I could go with Scarlett somewhere because I got her to agree to letting me cut her hair to here. I think her hair would look so full and cute, like cut short. She kind of wants to have her ears pierced. I don't know. She wants to do it all in one day, and I think that would be a bit traumatizing to her. So we're kind of on the fence with the second one, but we're going to cut her hair, and I thought it would be fun to get both of our hair done. I would like to get bangs again and a color, like a fun color, a lot of layers and stuff like that. I really wanted to do it in the fall so that I could have a dark color for, in fact, this color that is kind of showing up as, because my hair is not this dark, have it for winter, but I ended up spending my fun money somewhere else. Is Cat here? Cat's here. Hiccup is the cutest. Hiccup is our bunny rabbit. Do the chickens have their own little personalities? Definitely. I was surprised about that when I got chickens. I'm going to talk really fast now because I want to get through as many questions as possible before we have to end this live. Is that too much for you guys? If I talk this fast, it's like 6 from Blossom. Anybody remember Blossom? The chickens, we only have 5 of them now. Ryan and I were talking. We think we might want to get another 2 or 3. And the chickens totally have their own personalities. We have Magpie as our littlest and our most studious. She spends every morning, she's very type A, she spends every morning immediately going to the nesting box and laying her egg before she even allows herself to come out and like get a bite of food or breakfast or anything. The other ones are rebellious and don't do that. Pipsy Poughkeepsie, who I call, Ryan calls her Sprinkle Spritz, which I think sounds slightly offensive. I don't know why. He calls her Spritzy. I don't know why he said that. But she's our speckled black and white, oh, I just lost the name of that. They start with an R. Chicken people. Not Rockefeller. What's it called? Rockport. No. It's in New York. Rockaway? I don't know. Anyways, she identifies as a human. She wants to be, if I have like a cup of coffee or something, she like comes and stands next to me and like fluffs up and like we're sitting there having a chat watching the rest of the chickens. Can I do a video introducing all my chickens? Yeah, hopefully. Maybe if we get new chickens too, I can do that outside when it's not raining. It is so raining right now. How do I protect my chickens from raccoons and coyotes? So we actually have, and this might upset people, we have 2 raccoons that are like our neighborhood raccoons. They are friendly. Nobody feeds them or anything. They definitely try and get into the chickens' food in their coop, but Ryan has taken really good care. He has like a wire mesh netting that's underneath the ground. It goes under the ground one way so like pests and things can't go in, and it goes under the whole coop. We put their food away at night too, so it takes away the temptation. It's like locked up. But yeah, Spritzy sounds like she pees everywhere. I agree. And anyway, so these raccoons are out sometimes in the morning, and there's been a couple of times where I'm going to let the chickens out and they're still out and I freak out about it. I think they are old. One of them only has 1 paw. He's been that way for a long time and they just do not seem interested. As far as what happened to Penny Baby, that's a blast from the past. As far as coyotes and things, we don't really have them to worry about in this area. But our chickens are only out during the days. Lulu is often out there with them. The raccoons that we have stay up in the trees. They don't seem to come down. And I was real paranoid about it for a long time. And I've just sort of watched everybody. And it's like Snow White's Wonderland back there. The bunny stays next to the chickens. Everybody gets along. I don't know. I do know that raccoons kill chickens. I do know that. but we have 2 neighborhood raccoons. I feel like this is their territory, and they seem very uninterested. Okay, Penny Baby still exists. She sleeps in Scarlett's bed every night. She doesn't carry her around anymore. Georgia and Special Blankie are the answers for that. I'm so excited about Scarlett's birthday because there is something going on that relates to that whole situation with Georgia and everything. By the way, I'm going to be filming a weekly bit this week, so I'm going to film you guys for a second. Ready? I just took your picture because I'm new to this. You're on, and you are saying things like, this, there's your name. Say hi to yourselves. Any plans to get Sadie and Pearl together? Yes, always the plans. Always. You know what I was thinking, but I don't know. Can you see my top? This is actually a dress. Hold on, please. Doo-doo-doo. It's a dress. And that's actually more accurate coloring. That's what there. See, it's like not the most dramatic dark coloring. Like it keeps showing when I'm here. Oh, now you're saying hi to yourselves. Okay, here, wait, go. It was that much delayed. Whoa, there it goes, there it goes. Woo. There you all are. Okay, I think we probably have like 5 minutes left. I want to get a question for next week's live. So somebody asked me a question that I can tuck away. I'll write it in my bullet journal there. And let me see. I'll try and scroll up and see if I can find anything else because you guys were asking stuff. You smiled for the camera. You look real cute too. Do I like my newest rug? I love my newest rug. The only thing is it's not real wool, and I usually like to get not synthetic materials, especially because like Sadie crawls around on it and stuff. But we shampooed it when we got it. It doesn't have any sort of like rubbery or plasticky smell to it, and it has been the best rug for being able to clean up and everything. And I love the colors. I'm really excited when I get to put up my old lady floral grandma curtains again because the colors go so well together. Somebody asked something about the animals. I don't remember what it was. What are big plans for the year? Got some things. I got some things. Do I have any devotionals that I recommend? I have devotionals right near me. I'll just show you what I have right by me. This is my little Bible bag. So I got this one from A Little About a Lot, Jeannie. It's called Unshakable. 365 Devotions for Finding Unwavering Strength in God's Word. So this is the kind of layout it has. Gives you the topic at the top, healing light, building on a sure foundation, and then it has the Bible verse right below, and then sort of a little chat about each verse. That one's in there. What else is in here? This one's a bit more, I don't know, intellectual. Oh man, and it all got bent. This is the morning and evening daily reading by C.H. Spurgeon. So Charles Spurgeon, you can't see the words on this at all, but every day, it gives you, like that says July 28th, tells you what to read in the morning, and it starts with the Bible verse on the top and then goes into it below. And I really like this a lot. I mean, it's not, I got this off of Amazon. It's not light, like it's kind of a meal, but I really like it a lot. And it's very small and pocket sized. So those are the 2 things I have in there right now. Okay, I have the question from last week that I want to make sure I get to, and I'm sure we've gone over now. Why didn't my thing go off? Oh no, 4 minutes. Okay. The question was, oh, I screenshot it. That's what I did. I was trying to remember where I saved it. Okay, I'm not going to be able to look at the chat box for a second while I put this down. Somebody said, what advice would I give myself? I think this is what you said, but it scrolled by really fast. What advice would I give myself if I were starting YouTube now? I can give other YouTubers advice, but I can't. If I knew what YouTube was going to be when I started it, I wouldn't have ever started it. I wouldn't have ever wanted to. I would have been way too scared. I would have. But I'm glad that I did start it when I did because it's like easing yourself into the waters because it just wasn't a thing. It wasn't intimidating. It wasn't full of a million eyes, a million other people. It just wasn't a thing. Would I ever shave my head? It's becoming a trend. I was just talking about that the other day because because these baby growbacks that I have are so floofy. They're so fuzzy and they stick straight up. I was like, if I shave my head at my grow back stage, would my entire head be covered in these sticking straight up little like feathers? I'm like a feather duster. I don't think I would ever shave my head. I do not have a cute shaped head. You know, not for fashion. I don't think I'd ever shave my head. I might for some other ideas. Okay, but here's the question from last week, and this one is a heavy one, but when she wrote it in the replay, I felt like I need to address it. I didn't want to just let it sit there or respond in text, so I'm going to try and respond here. I didn't actually, oh, okay, you guys, it's so distracting to talk live. Somebody said make sure that you hit like for this video. Yes, please. I think it's easy on the lives to not hit like because we're talking and interacting, so you don't think about doing that piece. But that's another way that it can help that you won't get unsubscribed from me, is if it shows that you're engaging with my videos on a regular basis, then it gives me that connection to you, and so you won't fall through the YouTube cracks. When I push done on this, I am going to lose a lot more subscribers again. It's just how it works. So if you don't want to be one of those people, possibly just make sure that you're interacting. It needs to be, I think, from what I understand, on the actual video, doing the subscribe, thumbs up, hit the notifications, and then commenting on the replay locks you in. Commenting on the live does not lock you in. I might be wrong on that, but that's how it was explained to me. Okay. Corey Johnson last week said, from what I understand, you had a very tough time with your mom and dad in the past. How did you ever overcome them to have positive relationships? My father was, I won't swear in case there's little ones watching, mostly in a hat, but got sick with cancer, and everyone around him thought all should be forgiven without him admitting that he's done anything wrong or apologizing. At his funeral, it was obviously all about him being a great guy. He wasn't. I find it hard to close the past, especially now having a child. So many things make me sad for the child I was. Hopefully I didn't read that too fast. So I'm going to have that be my final question that I answer here, and then I want to take on another question from you guys for next week. So help me see those. Also, I think like 2 people have sent super chats and it's not showing me. Oh, it says it's giving me a bunch of notes about how I need to change the resolution and stuff. But I think a couple people have sent like $2 and €2 and stuff, and I want to acknowledge you, but I'm not seeing it in my little analytics board. I don't know. Okay, so to Corey, I think that when I look back on, okay, I was loved as a kid, definitely. Is my screen off funny? It looks like it is on this. But I was not necessarily, oh, there we go. I was not necessarily nurtured or known as a child, and I was definitely neglected in some ways. I would also say that there was abuse, but I'm not going to label it as saying I had an unhappy childhood, because I didn't. And when my mom was sober and lucid, she tried her best, and in those moments she tried to do her best for me. My dad, who I don't talk about very often, my dad's still living, and he's an okay person. He's fine. He's never really bonded with me. And there were some things that happened when I was little that were like, I did miss out in the dad department. And I missed out in the mom department for different reasons. And it was because of their shortfallings as parents. I didn't realize that I had any sort of like anger towards it at all until I became a mom. There was one time where I sort of had this realization when I was holding my own kids, and I sort of put myself in my mom's shoes for a moment, and I got so mad. So to Corey, and this may not be popular to say at all, but this is how I handled it. For most of my life, I made sure to not take on those people's problems. If my mother failed me, if my father failed me, while it made me sad, even in my childhood mind, I was able to look at them and think, I pitied them. I pitied them that they couldn't be more accountable, couldn't stick to their word, couldn't take better care of me, couldn't be more there for me. And I was like, wow, I'm never going to be like that for my kids. So in some way it gave me some strength, because I was like, this is their problem and not mine. And whatever they're doing with their lives does not have to become a part of me and my identity. And I talked about that in the last live stream. However, that doesn't mean that I didn't like emotionally process through it. And when I put myself, I mean, I had Scarlett and Luca. So this was even after my mom had died. I finally had this realization of like some of the ways that I hate saying negative things about family, but mistreated. And I got pissed. I told Ryan, I said, I'm having all these thoughts, and my kids were still there, right? So they were little. And I said, I need to talk this out. I need to just let it go. Obviously, I think we should schedule this, because I don't want to just like all of a sudden fly into an emotional meltdown or rage or however it's going to come out when the kids are right here. So we kind of scheduled it. We actually scheduled it for the next day. It was so weird. That's like, there was like no immediate passion behind it, but it was like, I need a safe chunk of time where I can just let this out. So we scheduled it for the next day. We made sure that the kids were away, and I let anything and everything that I wanted to say, any of the anger that I had, totally like irrational as far as like the words I was using, the amount of passion behind my voice, the crying, the screaming. I think I like punched some pillows and stuff. I swore. Yeah, I think I may have even called my mother a name, my deceased mother a name, who I love dearly, but it was because in that anger I needed to get out. Like, how dare she? I remember I just kept saying that. How dare she? I will give the example so you guys have a little bit of context. My well-intentioned, severe alcoholic mother would do things like, oh, I don't want to cry though, guys. Get me all dressed up, and we would go to like the symphony or to a Broadway show, because that was what she wanted it to be, our special thing. And it was. I looked forward to it so much. And there was one time, I think I was probably 7, we got all dressed up and she took me to go see Peter and the Wolf, the symphony downtown. And about 15 minutes in, she said she had to go to the bathroom. And she never came back. She left me there because she went to a bar around the corner and she got smashed and forgot about where I was. And so I sat through an entirely silent, dressed in my little best outfit on my mommy date, symphony by myself, thinking that I'd been abandoned and she was never coming back, and this was her plan all along. Like, that's how my mind worked, because those kinds of things happened. So with that kind of a scenario happening, in this moment of revelation as my own, as a mother who has my own children now, I lost my ever-loving mind at her, at my mom, the mother, not necessarily at me, the daughter to her, but like, you are a mother, how dare you, kind of thing. And I flipped out. So it was needed. And I didn't even realize that it was needed until it happened. The how dare she, I just kept repeating that as I was like screaming and being so pissed. And there's a lot of other circumstances I was bringing up, but that was an example of like the Peter and the Wolf event that was supposed to be something for she and I together. And instead I was completely left alone. I had to stay afterwards with the, what do you call them? The people who come with the flashlights. What are they called? I lost it right now. And I didn't know where she was. Eventually, somehow they found her. I don't know how that happened, but they found her, and then they took me to the bar where my mom tried to bring me in, and we eventually both got kicked out because she was trying to bring that child into a bar. So I think that it's important as a person who's been affected by these people who have failed you to let it out. If you have someone close with you that is a safe person, that you can let them be that sounding board and absolutely let them out. If you need to like yell out some names or something, just get it out. But then also don't make it a part of you. Don't claim that as part of your identity. If you were an usher, thank you. If you were wronged by someone that was supposed to love you, acknowledge that truth, but don't make it a part of you. Don't victimize yourself for the rest of your life as being a sad story, because that's not going to do anything for your happiness. You're never, ever going to be able to feel like you can stand strong on your own 2 legs and help, especially if you have children, with your children and raising them up as strong beings. If you're taking on somebody else's problem, somebody else's shortfalling, somebody else's failure, just pity them. Love them, and sometimes loving them means putting up boundaries if they're still alive too. That can be love. It can be loving to tell somebody that they cannot be attached to your life. You just, like working out the individual situations, there is no right way to do it. So I do have to wrap it up for this one. It's hard to end it on that kind of a thing, but picture yourself. I know this is hard. Give yourself value and worth as being bigger than that, being bigger than what has happened to you or what somebody else has chosen to do in your presence or to you or whatever. You are bigger than that, and you are still whole and complete. They did not break you. You do not have to allow them to break you. There are some very deep things when we're talking about like rape or child molestation or anything like that, then there's so much more to this. I'm trying to encapsulate something at the very end of my life here, but you are not that thing. You have value and worth that they are not acknowledging, and how dare they? I want to swear on that. How dare they? They don't get to. They don't get to take away your value and worth. They don't get to make you knock down. They don't get to hit you from behind the knees. You can stay standing up. So, and you can set boundaries while still saying, I love you, but I will not claim this as a part of my life. And then put the boundary up. We're done with that. Guys, I made it without crying. I made it without crying. I didn't cry. It's my first live where I didn't cry. Woo! Washi tape. Hold on. One more. 10 round. I did it. I did it. Woo! Okay. Somebody ask a question. That's a fun one that we can have in the next one. I'm seriously proud of myself. Yeah. You're a duck. Water off a duck. The rain that's falling on you does not have to put you down in the puddle. It can just slide right off as you go weeble wobbling along. Find a patch of sun and go lay in it. You're a duck. Are there duck emojis? I need me a duck emoji. Okay. Okay. Wait, it's going so fast. It's going so fast. I need questions, but I see like paragraphs, but they're flying by so fast. Oh, I can't see them. Can you talk more about your parenting style, love and logic and all that jazz? I kind of did that in my first live, the one that said parenting Q&A. I tried. I get so distracted. I mean, this is very much like a squirrel kind of a experience. Would I ever do faith-related videos? Yeah, I kind of wanted to do a day in the life of my faith, but I'm also scared. Like, I'm trying really hard to move forward in faith and not fear. But one of my biggest fears is being misunderstood. And I know that the true cup of happy people who have really been here and know me would know that I love people. I don't care who you are. I don't care what is different about your beliefs from my beliefs. I don't care about what people claim as their identity or not. I love people. And so when people want to start nitpicking and digging into other people's faiths, it's an easy way to set somebody up for, it's a vulnerable spot to corner somebody, and to be vulnerable and cornered on the internet is so scary. So I'm trying to move past that. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing these lives, because talking about my faith is something that is impossible in my real life for me not to do pretty much all the time. And in lives, it just comes out. Whereas in an edited video, I'm talking about Sadie or talking about, it just doesn't come out as much. So I've kind of thought about doing the day in the life of my faith, but I'm still scared of it. Ducks! Yay, ducks! Okay. Can I talk about my job as a sign language interpreter, learning it now and loving it? That's what I will talk about next week. Did you guys know that I went to college for sign language interpreting? Abby Cadabby. I'm so going to remember that because that was Scarlett's favorite song to sing. I love words, which is funny because you're asking about sign language, which is words. Okay, maybe it's low-key funny, but still kind of funny. Okay, Abby Cadabby. I got it to freeze for that. How did Ryan and I meet? There's a video about that already. It is up. I don't remember what it's called. Katie Day will tell you, though. Katie, you're here somewhere. How did Ryan and I meet? What's the video called? It's probably called How I Met Ryan. I bet it is. Look for it there. I'm going to say goodbye now. I really do want to keep these to 30 minutes. This was really fun. Would I consider getting a P.O. box? Yes, I need to just do that. I'll put it on my list, guys. One of the reasons why I haven't wanted to do it is I'm already falling behind on everything YouTube related. And if I got a P.O. box, I would feel like I need to respond to people that send me stuff. And I know I don't have the time. But there's been other reasons why I wanted to have it too. I thought it would be really fun to do it, get a Christmas tree and have you guys send me a couple of ornaments from around around the world. And I could decorate the Christmas tree and have around Christmas time, you guys could see your decorations in the back. I have a How I Met Rye. It's a Veda video. How I Met Rye. I already have that. All right, I'm going to say bye. The chat box on the side is going to stay up for probably another 10 minutes or so. I'll stay in there. I want to go back and read through some things. And then I will be in the, I don't know what don't respond. Katie Day saying don't respond. I don't know what that was too. I will be in the comments on this video for the replay as well. You guys, please hit the thumbs up on it. Seriously, I don't know what to do about this whole losing thousands of subscribers at once kind of a thing. Please, if you have a favorite video of mine, I'm asking a lot of you now. I've never asked this, but could you share it and tell people to subscribe? Or if you think that you know, if you could tell people, like Marie's been losing her subscribers by the bucketful. If you were once subscribed, go check and see, like anything like that. It would just be so helpful. You guys have many more eyes and hands than I do. It would be helpful to have the community doing it together. I met Rye hugging him. That is right. Who said that? Caitlin Elizabeth. That's right. I did. I met him hugging him. Okay. Bye, you guys. I'll be in the chat box. And also, it's going to take me a second because I always forget how to stop doing this.